skeletons. You only had 1 HP to begin with. That's what min-maxing gets you. My woodland cavalry are all spent. They cower in fear at the sight of the Skeleton King. It's all up to you, Snicklefritz. Snicklefritz loads his sharp light crossbow, his eagle-eye goggles give him +7 to aim, and his deft gloves give him +5 to dexterity. He lines up the shot and fires. Roll. $25. Snicklefritz! Snicklefritz, my hero! Well done, my boy. Oh, it was nothing. Snicklefritz noticed that the enemies in this dungeon were all dark elements, so he saved his holy arrow from the final battle. And with the swift step boots... Wait, does the die even go up to 25? Why, Eland, I used an Eldarian die. You learned something after all. Can't believe this. Ulrich won again. He must have a tell. I've been watching him in every game this whole season. His game face is flawless. It's like there's nothing going on behind those eyes. It's just a game, guys. Don't get too hung up, you know? Maurice, they're right. His ability to win is unnatural. Drinks are on me, guys. By the way, anyone want to see this 4-leaf clover I found? Okay. Junie That's crazy. Junie spilled her fancy wine last week, but it's the thought that counts, and she was thinking of all of us when she brought it. So this week, drinks are on me. Oh, I shouldn't be getting rowdy at my age, but I'll have to show you on March how we used to do things in my day. What a sweet boy March is. Besides, Derek, I've been having my fun with the theatrics these past few weeks. Poor Juniper does seem... She seems to be a little up, if you ask me. It's not an 800-year-old bottle of... It's not an 800-year-old bottle of which find Merlot, but I've got a bottle of red at home that tastes better with company. I'm very busy, but I could find a night that's open. Maybe. Blacksmith's choice of beer is uninspired, but this swill does taste a little better than I thought. It does, doesn't it? Cheers, Doctor. Snicklefritz, you came through for your friends in the time of need. When the chips were down, oh, I'm getting all misty. You know, I've known March for a while, and it still surprises me that he's a happy drunk. It's kind of charming, actually. I nibbled so much while working in the kitchen, I ended up skipping dinner. Let's go see what the kids are up to. I hereby convene the 4th and final meeting of the Dragon Guard heist. Because we're grounded. It was a good plan, guys. Was it? It was a plan, guys. It sure was. Derek, you probably want to hear what happened. We waited until just before dawn, and then we snuck into Mr. Balor's room. And he woke up right away. Guys, it's not my fault he's a light sleeper. At least we found out Mr. Balor's secret. Yeah. This room is really messy. So messy. I'm messy, but I could learn something from Mr. Balor. Is he even an adult? If you ask me, he's the one who should be grounded. A tale of woe for the children. The Dragon Guard was grounded. What a sad state of affairs. Saw you. Just kidding. Forgot Elsie's birthday. I will take one of you with me. Let's grab a watering can and get to water it. Okay, that's everything. I think I just need some wood for this right now. Oh, I got that other fishing pole I need to sell. Sweet. Ouch. That's no bueno, Tiny. I'm only saying that just because I don't feel like dealing with it. Sweet fish. I thought I was supposed to get stuff if I swam through that. Maybe I didn't actually select that one. I thought I had a perk twig that, I mean, I know I saw a perk that basically said, like, if you swim through one of those, you get like half of the stuff. But I may have just seen it and not actually picked it. I think I've fished out of one of those spots before, though. At least one. I may have needed a copper rod. I've got the iron rod right now. I don't. I got a lake chub. I have got, oh, pears. Really got to start collecting some berries and shit to make some more trail mix. Basil. Or basil. I don't know. A little bit. Okay. 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 Come back for that later, I'm sure. Right. You're supposed to. Sorry. I'm just going to skip through this today. But the lore, Derek. The lore. I'm in dire need of gossip guy for me? Well, now that you mention it, some of my most critical potion ingredients have been going missing lately. First, I thought I must have misplaced them. But it's starting to seem like they're slipping out of the cauldron all by themselves. That's not supposed to happen normally. I had no choice but to trade Valor some of those rubies he likes so much in order to restock my supply. Slimy business all around. I think I gotta find Dell. I think she's the last one in that gossip quest. That's... okay. Yeah. In fact, I think you're the one that had taught me that twig, because I was always worried about, like, oh, I gotta go get it. It's, no. And then you had mentioned it, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't need to panic so much then. Just gonna go over here, wouldn't I? talking dog. Okay. I think I need to start collecting some berries now, too. Okay. Clearly, I had some berries. Hardwood. Okay. Sleep wiggle. Don't forget the lost and found box. Anything you leave should end up there. I'm sorry, Twig, I didn't read your entire sentence. Which should come as no surprise to anybody who's hung out with me long enough. My mistake. But yes, I do keep forgetting the lost and found box. That's a good shout. Quit being a dingus, Derek. I thought the chili peppers were supposed to. I misunderstood. Alright, so I've got streamers don't read. So I've got 7 times 3 and then a 6. Now that mystery has its basic necessities, but I'd like to pivot our focus to a real morale booster for the town. I'm busy. Let's go get some seeds. You want one of my precious watermelons? What's wrong with you? What's the corn? It could be corn and tomatoes. So I planted the chili peppers where I meant to plant corn. Well, hit the museum real quick. I'm doing this out of order, but for a split second it made sense in my brain. And then by the time it didn't make sense, it was too late. I was already... I don't. Hey there. How can the Dragon Guard assist you? Does the Dragon Guard have any intel to share? Intel? Is that a kind of newt? Because in that case, you're in luck. I got a whole pocket full. Where'd you get the newts? I've been tasked with saving them. Well, maybe not tasked with exactly, but it's the Dragon Guard's job to help those in need. I found them in the bathhouse, swimming around in Juniper's weird soup. Newts don't belong in soup, Derek. Even I know that. So I've been helping them and Miss Juniper at the same time. Plus, Mr. Ballard let me trade a bunch of them for my favorite chocolate. What's he doing with them? Who knows? It's not the Dragon Guard's job to ask questions. Okay. Okay. Did that. Okay, let's plant these. Oh, I think I've got watermelon seeds. I didn't need to buy all of these. Oh well. Too twitchy. I'm missing a row of crops here. some of these things. Just so I can start making some money again. I feel like that coconut will come back and haunt me, but that's alright. Hello, golden treasure box. With your $500 dart. Bonito. Hi, I love spending summertime with friends. Meeting together at the beach makes it even more special somehow. Coconuts come back quick. Slay. It's a lot happening all at once. Slayer, hello. Welcome in. It's good to see you. So that fart was to the tune of Wicked Games. And it played because Dread had redeemed a fart. You sure do. Hey, Summer Ocean Fit's done. Summer Ocean set is done. Goodness, words. I don't think I can play it with the... Guys, I'll just have to run through about 17 farts to get it back. Oh, hello. Come on, you can do it. I have faith. Tread's like, challenge accepted. Yeah. There it is. Is that what your hurt's like? Slade's already had enough immersion. Yeah, we just watered that same spot like 4 times. This is corn over here. I don't think I ever bought the tomatoes. Or if I did, I didn't plant them. Whoops. I'm trying to remember remember to do that. That's my bad. That's my bad. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow in the game, so we might be able to catch some different fish that we need. Yeah. The ocean set's done, I think, right? Why so glum, chum? To the pond! Turned right at the last second. Thanks, dude. Songbird. Night Queen. Right, Monday. Perfect. Thank you. And the rest of you can go. Guess not. Monster Core. I feel like Junie might like one of these. Flamingo! Hi, Flamingo. How was Mass Effect? Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Zal Dangerous, Twig, yeah. Mag, how do I say your name? Bretsky, hi bud. From the car. Oh, Bretsky, bless your heart. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, hello, hi. So good getting close to the end of Mass Effect 2. Excellent. Exciting. Bittersweet, probably. Hi, welcome in. Hi, hello, hi. I'm Derek. Fairly certain you all know me. So, let's just go back to playing the game. We're playing Fields of Mystria. We're in the summer. Day 7, 8, 6, 5, I don't know, whatever. I just want to get to fucking Garrus, to be honest. I appreciate that you have goals. That's good, that's good. Mags works. Perfect. Thank you so much for accepting that I am a bonehead. Yeah, hi. So we're playing Fields of Mystria. I was just about to say hi to Dozy. Despite the heat, Dozy appears cool. Good job, Dozy. Sweet boy. Welcome in, everybody. Flamingo, thank you for the raid. Obviously, look after yourself. Do the needful. De-stream and all that good stuff. Derek, you're here. Now we can get the party started. Thank you, Dread.